Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a glowy, fresh spring makeup look. Spring is finally here. I am ready for it. I'm ready for the sun. I'm ready for the glow, and I'm actually going to be throwing in a bunch of new makeup products in there just to make it even more interesting. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, I am so excited for this video. We are gonna be glowing. We are gonna be a goddess. So before we get into the makeup, we're gonna skin prep, and I would like to thank Dalba for sponsoring this portion of the video. I know you have seen this everywhere, and it's for good reason. I finally got my hands on this product, and I have been loving it, and I'm gonna show you guys how amazing it looks. So this is the Dalba White Truffle First Spray Serum. I love the fact that we can now spray a serum. This actually has their signature ingredient, which is white truffle, which is a very luxurious antioxidant, and it's actually going to help your skin over time. It's actually going to improve your skin's elasticity and also improve your fine lines over time. And of course, it's super hydrating and it's super glowy. You just wait. First and foremost, you guys know how I feel about a mist. Can we take a moment for this beautiful mister? It's a perfect mist. It'll cover your face so nicely. I will show you guys in a sec. Here you can see the hydration oil at the top, and then the rest of the bottle is the serum, and then all you have to do is shake it up and apply it to your skin. So this is what my skin looks like right now. Let me show you guys what it can do because it adds so much glow and hydration to the skin. You know what? While we're at it, I'm also gonna spray it on my chest to get that glow everywhere. You guys know I don't like things that are super heavy or greasy feeling. This is honestly the perfect amount for me. It's like not too thick, not too thin. It feels amazing on the skin. Look how much radiance that brought into my skin. It just looks healthy. It feels healthy. You got that white truffle, you got your antioxidants, the hydration, and like I mentioned, I even like putting it on the skin to give it that nice glow and just to make it look nice and moist and plump. I freaking love it. So today I'm actually going to be using this as my makeup primer because you can use it as a primer before your foundation. You can also use it within your skincare routine. I actually like to spray this as a first step and then adding in my serums to really lock all that moisture in. And then I'm also going to be showing you guys how to use it throughout your makeup and how to set your makeup with it as well. If you want to have nice glowy skin, whether you have bare skin or makeup, this is the product for you. Again, you can even spray it on your body and it feels amazing. So I personally love this for my dry skin, but it actually can work for different types of skin types, even sensitive skin. It's actually clinically tested for irritation and bonus points because it is 100% vegan. Okay, so now that the skin is prepped, we're gonna move on to makeup, but if you do wanna get your hands on this, it's super easy to buy. You can just buy it on Amazon. I will link it down below. If you've been on a market for an easy hydrating spray serum, I think that this is a really good one, and there's a reason why it has a lot of hype. Okay, moving on to the makeup. My skin really needed that, and now we're gonna go in with a foundation that is also skincare focused. This is a new foundation from About Face. It's called the Performer Skin Focused Foundation in the shade M1 Neutral. I wanted to use this foundation because I feel like when I think of like spring makeup, I just, you know, you want it to be glowy, you want it to be skin focused, maybe not that much coverage. I will say this foundation does give a pretty nice like medium coverage, but it looks like skin and it lets the skin breathe. I really hope that this shade matches me. Let me know down below where you guys are at, like location wise, because the last video that I posted, some of you guys were like, yeah, it's spring finally, but some of y'all were like, it doesn't feel like it where I'm from. So let me know down below where you're from. I'm Houston, Texas, and I don't know, like it kind of feels like spring, but I went on a walk like 2 days ago and I was really cold. It's not necessarily cold here, but when it does kind of drop down into the 60s and it gets a little windy, it gets cold. But I know that you're like laughing at me if you're up north. I understand that 60s sound like a dream for you. But see how beautiful this foundation is blending out. This foundation is definitely more of like a satin finish, but as you guys can see, it does have a little bit more of a glowy finish because of that Dalba spray, and so it's really nice that it's just like melting into the skin. And oh my gosh, it is finally my perfect match. I told you guys, I'm finally getting some color. For cream blush, I'm so sorry guys, we are gonna have to be using this because this is just my favorite. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade Spilling Tea. I know I was using a darker shade before, and I obviously still love this product, but this shade is just perfect. At first I thought it would be too light, but it's actually perfection. We are going to be trying out a new drugstore powder bronzer that I actually haven't tried out with you guys or on my own. So I'm excited for that, but I feel like it's the wrong tone. So I'm just going to warm up the face with this cream bronzer. I really like it because it is a little bit dewy, but that's about it. It's like a balmy texture. I'm sure you guys have heard me say this 1,000 times, but I just feel like a lot of balmy bronzers can tend to be like a little greasy, and this one is like the perfect in between. It's balmy, it's blendable, but it's not greasy. It's also not matte. It's just like a nice satin finish, and I love it. You guys, what about me giving myself a freaking facelift with this ponytail? I am stretched out right now. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. So let's see. Do I want to do concealer or blush next? I kind of want to build up a very pigmented blush, so maybe we should do that first and then kind of clean it up with some concealer. As most of you guys know, LYS came out with blush sticks. They're shimmer blush sticks. I've been using the shade Elite. If you want to see that one in action, go to my last video, but this is my first time trying out a different shade, believe it or not. I don't know, I thought that this shade might look good with the shirt. I think we have to stick to like cool tones. I am wearing all silver, which is different for me. So I'll be using the shade Outgoing. This looks very scary, and that's why I'm going to do this first before concealer. Okay, so my go-to brush for very pigmented blushes has been this one. This is the BK Beauty X Nikki La Rose N17. I love it because it's very precise, but it's like soft enough, and then it actually has another side, so it really just depends on which side you want to use. So it's like very multi-use. I think I'm going to grab it straight from the tube because I'm a little afraid, I'm not gonna lie. But obviously, if you haven't seen me talk about these, they are very pigmented for a reason. I know everyone's like freaking out about how pigmented products are. I'm gonna switch to a different brush right now. It's, you know, it's supposed to work for everyone. If you have deeper skin tone, this will work for you. If you have medium skin tone, you can sheer it out. If you have, you know, a lighter skin tone, try a lighter shade or just sheer it out and have a blush that lasts you the rest of your life. These are really pretty. Again, very glowy, but like the perfect amount. You guys know how I am about glow. Today I'm showing you guys my perfect glow. Like if I want to be glowy, this is how I do it. I usually stick to more like matte looks, but I always like to prep my skin with something like very hydrating. And this blush is just magical because it does give you that blinding highlight, but see how it's not chunky. It looks gorgeous. It sets really nicely. I know it looks crazy right now. I know. We're gonna fix it with concealer. You guys, little story. These earrings, I'm feeling so sentimental right now. If you guys are new here, I am married to my husband Wyatt, but we got married almost 2 years ago. In May is my 2-year anniversary, which is crazy. And but we've been together for 8 years, right? And so I've just been in my feels today because I used the wrong brush, because this is the first gift he ever gave me, these little diamond earrings. And so they just remind me of like my 21-year-old self and when we first started dating. And also like, okay, Wyatt, okay, nice gift for someone that's barely your girlfriend, but I've just been loving it. I wanted to tell you guys that backstory. Okay, so now that we look like a clown, we are going to clean it up so that we look like a snatched little clown. Concealer, I don't have a new one, but you guys know I've been loving the Tower 28. It also matches my shirt, so we're gonna be using this one. This one's called the SERUM Concealer, and I have the shade MDR. And honestly, this is just the perfect concealer for this look because it provides a pretty good amount of coverage. You guys know I'm a full coverage girl. This is like a nice, like, medium to full, but it's a serum concealer, and so it's like extremely creamy and blendable and hydrating, but not greasy, but gives you coverage. It's like, what more could you ask for? Then I'm blending it out and kind of bringing it up here so that way it kind of not only gives me more of a facelift, but it's actually covering up that blush a little bit. And then whatever's extra, I put on my eyelid as like eyeshadow primer. Back in the day, I used to always put concealer like everywhere and then on top of my eyelid. And it's like, I did not need to put a full swipe of concealer on my eyelid. Like, whatever's extra, you can just blend it up. It's just so crazy. Sometimes I watch my old videos and the amount of concealer and makeup that I was wearing. Like, I know that this looks like a lot of makeup, and it is, but I used to wear way more makeup, which was a little spooky. And then, obviously, we still need to do some blending. So this is where the Dabba spray comes back. So beautiful. I'm going to shake it. I'm going to spray it all over my face, get that hydration in, and we're just going to blend everything so it looks very seamless. And now we blend, and then everything will be super perfected. Again, if you have dry skin, this step can be very crucial. But even if you don't have dry skin, if you're just going for a glowy look, or if you're just having a hard time blending out the creams, do this and you're good to go. And see, now everything looks so nice and flawless and glowy. I'm gonna contour my nose really quickly. I'll be using the Catrice Magic Shaper Contour and Glow Stick. I just use a contour side and I like it in the shade medium. And I'll just blend it out with a little brush like so, and then we can move on to powder. So moving on to powder, we're gonna be using my holy grail. This is the KOSAS Cloud Set Powder. I have the shade Feathery. My favorite shade is Breezy. It's a little bit lighter than this one. Not that much of a difference, just letting you guys know, but they did send me this in PR, and like clearly I'm loving it anyways. This is the perfect powder if you have drier skin or you just don't want to look super matte and flat. This is perfection. I can literally cake on so much of this powder and it never, ever, ever does me wrong. I'm gonna use a powder puff and I'm gonna set the under eyes. I like to set really the middle of my face with a powder puff to make it more perfected. And then I'll just use a powder brush to set the rest of the face. Okay, so the face is set. It is nice and blurred, but see how we still have life to the skin. And while this like powder kind of sets down even more, it kind of does bring your skin even more back to life. But I just love the combination of like perfection and glow at the same time. I love it. So for the bronzer, I'm a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. I have two bronzers that I was thinking about using. I have the new e.l.f. bronzer, the primer infused, like the newest launch, but I also have the NYX one, but I also have the e.l.f. blush. So I think we're gonna maybe save this one for a fully drugstore video and then try this one, and then we'll use the blush. You know, I don't wanna leave you guys hanging. So this is brand new from NYX. It's called the Buttermilk Bronzer. It sounds like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It kind of looks like it too. I will say, if you look at the pictures of the shades just online, they all look very rosy, cool toned, which look, I do think we need more of that on the market. It's not gonna be my perfect shade, and then on top of that, I also shade matched myself wrong on the Ulta website. This is the shade that I got, and I believe it's very pigmented. So this is what the packaging looks like, and see how this literally looks kind of like the butter bronzer. I got the shade Butta Off, B-U-T-T-A Off, and I've only swatched it, and I was like, holy crap, it is pigmented, but look at the sheen that it gives. I don't know why I mean, I guess it's more of like a satin. It's not a shimmery, but it's like a very glowy satin. I mean, it kind of looks shimmery at this point. Maybe like a combination. I'm excited to try it out. I just need to be careful with how much of product I apply because it's not my shade. I'm gonna use just like a big fluffy brush. This is from BK Beauty. Hello. Hi. We're gonna go in with a very, very light hand, so I'm gonna touch it. Okay. 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 Ah! Okay. Okay. We just need to blend, blend, blend. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the wrong shade. Oh my gosh. I have seen people that have been using this as like bronzer. So it's like, you know, it's supposed to be like rosy enough to where it can actually be used as a blush, which it kind of is working. So I'm just going to lightly put this all over my face because I put way too much on. It is blending nicely. I just think it's too dark for me, but it is looking very pretty. I think I'm gonna pick it up in a different shade because look at the glow. Again, it's not shimmer, but it's like right in the middle of like shimmer and satin, and it just looks really, really pretty. Maybe we should put some on the neck because I am starting to get scared. I think that's really pretty. I think if it looks a little wacky, it's because I just applied too much right here. But over here, I went a little bit more light-handed, and I do think it's really, really pretty. Just be careful with the shades. Again, if you and I are similar shades, Butta Off is probably way too dark for you, but I do actually really like the formula and the finish. If you don't like pigmented bronzers, stay away from this. So moving on to blush. I wanted to try this one out with you guys today. I've already tried it actually, and I like it. And then maybe we can do like a strobing effect on top. If you're confused about these e.l.f. blushes and bronzers, they used to have their primer infused bronzers and blushes, but their shade range was so small. And I almost, like, they were already too light for me. So imagine even deeper skin tones. But I always thought it was like such a good formula. So I'm so happy that they brought it back and they expanded the shade range. Again, I do have a lot of different blushes and bronzers from them. I will put more of these in like a drugstore video. But today we're gonna be using this pink shade. It's called Always Crushing. These are matte, but they're not flat, and I like them a lot. I feel like this would look nice because it is a little bit more of like a cool tone pink. Not that we need any more blush, but like, whatever. We're just gonna blush it up. You know why? Because it's spring. And you know what's colorful? Flowers. So we're gonna make our face as colorful as a flower. So pretty. I love this formula. They're super, super inexpensive. They're like a medium pigmentation. You can build them up or you can make them a little bit more natural, but it's just a great formula. They last a really long time. They're primer infused, very pigmented, very buttery. I love it. I'm gonna quickly put on some brow gel. I was gonna say I'm gonna put on my brows, but like literally I'm gonna put on my brows. All I have right now is a little bit of brow pencil, but you guys know I am obsessed with this. This is the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel, and I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my brows. Again, like I mentioned in my last video, I like to use the side of the paddle to really distribute a lot of product onto my brows, and then I like to take the comb side and just kind of put them where they need to be. So the brows are snatched. Now we're gonna move on to a new eyeshadow palette. Now, this eyeshadow palette is very colorful. Pastels, ready for spring. We are gonna be using some color, but I need a little bit of a base. Forgive me for that. So I'm gonna just add on a little bit of bronzer. I'll be using the Halo Glow from Smashbox. I'm just gonna use this little contour shade. This one's in the shade Back to Cali, and I'm just gonna put that all over my crease again, just so that I have a little bit of a base to play with some more, you know, colorful colors. Alrighty, so for eyeshadow, we're gonna be using this one right here. This is the brand new eyeshadow palette from Alter Ego. It is called the Dream Gaze, and just look at these colors. This is like the pastel of your dreams. You guys, I'm playing with color. Are you proud of me? So I think what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna grab the shade Cozy, which is just like a matte lavender shade, and I'm grabbing it on a fluffy brush first because I kind of, oh my gosh, that is pigmented. It is on a fluffy brush. I thought I was gonna kind of just put it everywhere with a fluffy brush first and then build it up, but that is pretty. I really like that. So I'm just kind of putting that everywhere. I'm putting it on the lid, and then I'm just blending it into the crease just to, like, you know, just to make that bronzer match more a little bit with the lavender look. And you guys know I love Alter Ego palettes. They're just always hit. Now I'm gonna grab a flat packing brush. This is actually from Alter Ego. It's the shade number 5. And now I'm gonna grab Cozy and start packing it on the lid just to intensify the color a little bit more. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I just know that my shirt was my inspiration as well as the season. Now, okay, I didn't realize we had a matte darker shade. So yay, we're gonna use the shade Spell, and I'm gonna grab that on like a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm just going to deepen out the outer corner. That's so pretty. I'm purposely not building them up too much. I'm not going for like a very vibrant type of look. I really want it to look more like ethereal, and I think we're getting that vibe. I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Wish, but I'm really gonna use it as like sparse glitter almost. This is a shimmer shade, but I wanna just, again, make it more whimsical, also make it more like wearable, you know, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna tap this out, and this looks so pretty. Love that. You guys, it is 10 a.m. this morning, and I am doing pastel pink and purple glitter right now. Beautiful. I am very happy with the look. I think with some like mascara, we're gonna elevate it. I'm quickly just gonna grab a smaller brush, and I'm just gonna grab the deeper lavender shade, which is called Spell, and I'm just gonna buff that on my lower lash line. Perfection. So that is it for the eyeshadow. First impressions, I am really liking it. Alter Ego usually has really great formulas. It's definitely more of a pastel whimsical look. I don't think that this is going to be like a very vibrant palette for you because there's not that much saturation. But if you're looking just for like a beautiful, affordable pastel eyeshadow palette. I think this is gorgeous. I'm trying to decide if we should do eyeliner or not. I'm gonna go into the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette just for a second. I'm just gonna grab like a brown that looks a little burgundy, just to kind of add a little bit of dimension, just add a little bit more darkness to my eyes. I'm just gonna use that as like a little bit of like a smoky liner, but not too much. This is the perfect amount of drama. And then I'm kind of liking the brown vibe because it's such like a light look. So I'm actually gonna do brown mascara. Are you guys proud of me? Today we're gonna be using the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This is not a new mascara, but the shade is a new shade. It's called Drift, and it's a beautiful like chocolate brown mascara. I freaking love it. And you guys know how much I love the Tower 28 just formula. It literally makes you look like you have 1,000 lashes. It's honestly perfection. Alrighty, so 2 coats of that. Obviously, it's a dramatic mascara, so it adds the drama, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but that like brown shade just kind of ties in more with the look. It makes it just a little bit more natural. I'm gonna go back to this palette and just grab the shade Sugar Dust. It's like a very frosty, iridescent shade, and I'm just gonna wet my brush and add it to my inner corner for my highlight. It just looks white on the pan. I don't know if you guys can tell. It has like a pinky reflex, so it's actually perfect for this look. Are we doing like fairy makeup right now? Is that what spring is? Just, can we all just be fairies for the season? I think so. Okay, so our skin's already glowy. It's already looking good, but this is a glowy makeup tutorial, so I'm gonna bump it up a notch. I recently got this from PR from Flower Beauty. I believe it's new. If not, it is new to me. It's called the Shimmer and Strobe Highlighter Palette. So it does contain like a rosy gold one, a gold one, and more of a taupey one, which is very interesting. I kind of wanted to use the rose gold one and use it very, very sparingly as like a blush topper, because it's spring and we're fairies. So I'm just grabbing a brush like this. I get a lot of questions about this. I love this brush, but it's from Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH06. I don't think these are still out there, but it's like the perfect, like, not too much. And so I'm gonna grab just a little bit of the pink one, and let's see. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I'm literally just tapping it on. Doing that, and wow, that is so pretty. You guys, y'all know I don't like a bunch of highlighter, but this is actually a nice, that's a nice highlighter. That's stunning. Okay, I know I'm going like very, very sparse with it, but I can tell that there's no chunks, no glitters. This is truly a strobing palette. I love it. They kind of killed it with this. Maybe I'm gonna add a little bit of the gold one to the tip of my nose because I'm getting too excited. And then maybe down the bridge. Why not? Just a little bit. Okay, beautiful. Now for the lips. I did a lip combo in the last video that I've just been getting so many compliments over. So we're going to do it again with a different gloss. But I have to tell you guys, these lip liners are the best lip liners ever. It's from About Face. They're called like the Lip Fix Matte Pencil. And the shade Smoking Room is my fave. So I'm gonna take off whatever gloss I had. By the way, whatever gloss I had was this one. This is the LA Girl Lip Plumper in the shade Tinted. It's what I always wear in all of my videos because it gives my lips a nice plump, a little bit of a tint while I'm filming, and they do feel hydrated. This is a little bit on like a medium tone, and I know we have a very light look, so I'm still going to like overdraw my lips like I always do, but I'm definitely going to try not to bring it in too much because I do want to keep the base of the lips a little bit more lighter. I'm so not used to not doing like a little bit of shading, but I'm trying so hard not to make it too dark. Beautiful. This formula is literally everything, by the way. And then for lipstick, I'll be using the brand new Lancome Le Rouge Absolute matte lipsticks. This is their new lipstick line. It's a bunch of matte lipsticks, and there's a bunch of different like warm tones and cool tone pinkies. I have been obsessed with this shade. This is the shade Self Revealing 300. The formula is amazing. It's creamy, it's pigmented, and it's very comfortable. Something about the smell of like Lancome products like just reminds me of my mom. Like this smell reminds me of my mom So I'm just gonna kind of tap it out a little bit. This is gorgeous. You can leave it at this. It's obviously a stunning combo, and it's, again, comfortable and beautiful, but we're gonna add a plumping gloss because that's what we're gonna do. And this is newer from Maybelline. This is their lifter gloss in the plumping version, and I'm gonna be using the shade Peach Fever. I like these because they have like a medium pigmentation, so they do add color, they add a lot of gloss, and of course some plump. And see how absolutely stunning this lip combo is? I feel like it's a neutral. It's not too cool tone, not too warm tone, and I feel like you can kind of pair it with a bunch of different looks. So the makeup is done. We are gonna add some more glow, and I'm gonna show you guys how not to be afraid of it. So again, we're gonna shake the D'Alba spray, and I'm just gonna set my face with this. Obviously, it already looks nice and glowy, but we're gonna make it extra glowy because we're fairies. I like that it's such a light mist because yes, it's glow, yes, it's oil and hydration, but it doesn't like cake your makeup. See how I just added a little bit more juiciness to the makeup? Even if you just do a light spray, it'll just add so much more life into your makeup. My skin looks very skin-like. I feel like that just melts everything in. If you're afraid of your skin looking too skin-like, what you can do is just, after you spray it, you grab a little bit of powder, back to the same one, and I'm just going to blur out the center of my face, just where my pores are, and that's it. But as you guys can see, even though I just sprayed that D'Alba spray, you can still put powder over it. It's not gonna mess your makeup. It's such a nice product for like your whole makeup routine. And now the center of my face is nice and blurred. We have so much dew, so much skin, so much glow going on with the rest of the face. I am obsessed. I think that this makeup turned out super nicely. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will link everything down below. Thanks again to D'Alba for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate you guys working with me, and I appreciate you guys, you, the viewer. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. You are the reason why I get brand partnerships with amazing brands and products. I will link the D'Alba spray down below, as well as everything that I used today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. Happy spring. Let your life bloom. What is wrong with me today? I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.